Hello and welcome back to Dicebreaker for the third episode, possibly fourth, we're not sure, of Storybreakers. Full clarification, it's been 6 months since we last recorded.
Don't tell them how we live!
It's been a busy year.
A lot's been going on. Liv's been a TikTok star, we've been at events. It's been hard to organise, but we're back. In no small part to a wonderful addition from our new sponsor, Meeple Design Coffee. Thank you so much to Meeple Design for sponsoring this episode and the episodes that you've watched before, and possibly some to come. We have a full selection of the coffee. In fact, oh my god, Mia, are you pouring some right now?
Oh my god.
Oh, she pours so well.
I'm just waiting for you to keep on pouring it so it flows over. It's
Yeah.
like, it's so good, I need as much as I can get.
The team are currently drinking Heroes Upgrade. These are all available on Meeple Design. There are links in the description below. You'll also see their logo in our frame. Flavour notes for this one: caramel, milk chocolate, and Snickers.
So here's the thing. This is my ultimate dream come true. I'm having a tasty little coffee
Yeah.
while playing D&D, and I can't believe how that comes.
Yeah.
This pairs well with Gloomhaven D&D.
There we go.
So there you go.
Oh.
Perfect choice.
Yum.
There are other blends. There's like a sci-fi themed one here called Captain's Clarity, Explorer's Treasure. There's one that's got like a very scythe-esque
I've had
illustration
this
called Farmer's
one.
Choice.
There's a decaf one. It's
Yeah, there
very
is a
nice
decaf one as well.
carbonated.
So you don't have to get all caffed up.
If you hate women called calf, you're good to go.
It was caff.
Did you also know that Meeple Design provide these beautiful little like kind of abstract illustrations of board game covers? They're really, really gorgeous.
Oh, that's great.
Meeple Design are predominantly like sort of like a merch company. So like if whilst their coffee is their new exciting thing, have a little look because they do cool clothing, they do cool little posters like this and stuff like that. So we've got Isle of Cats and Lost Ruins of Arnak there, and we've also got some lovely mugs.
What if I took this for myself?
No. Anyway.
Thanks, Meeple Design.
She
Thank
loves
Thank you very
the
much.
steel.
Yes,
I love
links
the
in the description below. But thank you so much for the sponsorship. We are going to crack on. So as we said, it's been a little while since we last played. We're a tiny bit out of the loop.
I was saying earlier,
So
Will,
we're gonna-
if you ask me to do a recap, I will destroy you.
I'm going to do the recap.
Okay.
Okay, just for everyone's sake. I could see Matt had about 8 pounds lifted off his shoulders. Just like, thank God.
It's just the lapel.
Yeah. So, in episode 1, 2, and possibly 3, we haven't edited them yet. The gang seemed to be in just normal jobs. We had Matt working in a sort of emergency call center. We had Mian working in a sort of Chuck E. Cheese adjacent restaurant.
Freddie Flumps.
Freddie Flumps. Thank you. Oh God.
Five
what a
Nights at
brand.
Flumpies.
Huh?
Five Nights at
Oh my
Flumpies.
god.
Oh my god!
That's crazy because we just interviewed Matthew Lillard on the channel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winona was pushing around a little ice cream cart.
Conan Cold.
I don't know why I've switched the character name now. And Iris, Iris was also working as like a sort of bouncer in a
bouncing?
club. But 'twas all a ruse.
Twas.
But they were not just seeking out gainful employment. Oh no. They were instead picking specific jobs that they had applied for because they were the perfect setup for a little heist scheme. Because they are still working as undercover journalists for a new magazine called The Truth, in which they are trying to uncover the mystery behind why the Heroes and Adventurers Guild keep doing such evil things.
Evil!
I think it's because they're evil.
It could be. It could
Man,
be.
that name's ironic.
So, using that little heist, they managed to fake an incident using the emergency call center so that they could sneak into the Heroes and Adventurers Guild building, which was next to Freddie Flumps. They also had surveillance being done by the ice cream cart as they made their way to the club, which the Heroes and Adventurers Guild staff frequent over lunch, which you made it very difficult to get out of. But you also then, Iris snuck into the building and managed to do some rooting around the little demon in her head, making things a little bit more tricksy. She got a bit carried away. Maybe didn't put her gloves on as soon as she did, and maybe there's some fingerprints there. We don't know if that will come back to bite you in the ass. Tune in to find out. But the main thing is, and I know this is a big recap, but the main thing is they found papers which show that the Heroes and Adventurers Guild reconstruction team, which is essentially the team that go out and do massive repairs whenever there's been some kind of like monster attack or something like that on like the borders of the kingdom. They, for example, were probably the ones who put Ragnarok back together in record speed. They're very good at their jobs. But they've been refusing requests from citizens all over the kingdom saying we don't have the budget. And yet, for some reason, multiple times in Scarby, they've done massive repair works to a redacted location's basement because it had huge structural damage. Suspicious.
Interesting.
Interesting. You managed to sneak out just as people were coming back for lunch, but they noticed that you broke in. We went to try and surveil and see if anything had gone on. The town guard were there. Bad sign. They're aware that something has happened. And of course, for anyone who I'm hoping has watched the first season, will know you really don't want to raise any suspicions from the Heroes and Adventurers Guild because, God, they have a lot on you.
Oh, yeah. They've told us to
We've
not.
got more on them.
We can do this.
For now. So, that's where we left off with a bit of a puzzle for you all to solve because you've taken the first edition of The Truth that Finder's Crispy Pancakes has been labouring over for so long. You took it to Gideon, your pal, not Gideon.
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Yeah. I was like, that's cute.
I'm just waiting to meet Sullivan.
Gilbert, who is your printer.
He's dead.
Look. We got a lot to get through. Gilbert has maybe been huffing a few too many ink fumes. He's not quite all there, but he's good at his job, goddammit. He just needs the funds to get things printed. That's the problem. It turns out working menial labour jobs doesn't actually get you enough money to start up a small business. Welcome to the economy. But we've got a couple of plans. Caryaries has some money stashed away that she flooded out of her bank accounts before Mummy cut her off.
Yes.
I can only imagine the mad dash.
The ATM.
No, but it's like an actual vault, and you have to just scrape it out.
And then secondary option is that Iris knows a guy, and it's not the most legitimate money that you might ever come across. So you've split up. Iris requested Caryaries' sort of social expertise. Her words, not mine. For the meat. Yeah, there you go. In the meantime, you've handed your apartment keys off to Hunter and Winona and said, "Please don't touch my stuff, but here is where the money is."
No, I would never.
You've got to find everything out about her you possibly can.
I just wear your outfit
Yeah.
next time you see. I just have a wig on being you.
So will Hunter.
Draped across
God,
the
yes.
shelves. So, we will kick things off with Caryaries and Iris. Iris who is currently texting. Oh my god.
I'm
pay
not.
attention.
I'm
She's
looking
on
through
B&B.
our text conversations to see what I said about. The
Oh,
that's
you're trying to
going
find
up.
your speculatory... Because you were like, oh, what if...
I just pitched you a few ideas, I think.
Oh, no, I do remember those. Don't worry. Yeah, okay, cool.
Good.
All right.
I'm glad one of us does.
Collaborative storytelling, guys. So, we arrive at a stately home on the outskirts of Scarby. You've taken a carriage, and as you get out, Caryaries, you're immediately stupefied by the grandeur of this house.
OMG. Iris, who owns this property, darling?
Maybe me eventually, but right now my parents, my dad and stuff.
Your parents live here? This is where your family live?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, this is it.
Well,
Home.
it's very impressive, I have to say.
I forgot that you would like foam at the mouth seeing this. I'm sorry. I should have prepared you for.
Yes, it's a little bit of a shock, but a delightful one.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, but when you said, we were going to someone you knew, I was, I was expecting...
Like a den.
Whenever
Yeah.
Caryaries starts a sentence with "no offense," but you know it's going to go
You brought
somewhere
Caryaries
great.
along for a social expertise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you expecting? Like a burrow, like a kind of
A
little
bureau.
A burrow.
I mean, a dwelling of some sort.
Great.
But this...
Yeah, people dwell in here, so that's
Your
good.
conversation is cut off
Oh.
when, as you're walking out, two large, burly figures at the door seem to grab your attention, and upon spotting you, Iris, they immediately recognize you. and from the distance, sort of echoing across the empty street, you hear, "Oh!"
Hey, yo, wait! Don't say anything. Until I say it.
"Oh!
Hey, yo!
Iris!
Hey, oh my god!
Oh, get over here!"
Hey, oh,
Caryaries is a little bit paralysed
Yeah.
by like.
Are you bustling along beside her? Or you
Squeezing.
sort of mouth agape.
She's politely holding her hand over her mouth. She's wheezing behind.
I like grab it, pull it. Hold it together. Hold it together.
You approaching them, yeah?
Yeah. I assume I know them.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
As you come closer and the haze of the street lamps suddenly is a little bit easier to see, and you can recognize their faces. You already kind of recognize their figures. These some large lads.
Big boys.
They're big boys, 6 foot plus.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely built like a brick toilet.
Nice save.
Thank you. This is Doug, the 6'5" dragonborn that guards the gate, and the other guy that guards the gate, Bug, the 6'4", and he's been made aware of a bugbear. Yeah. They are members, affiliates of your father.
Yes.
Primo goons, it sounds like.
I would never use the word goon. Never in my life, boss.
Quality goons. I gotta get back into my original accent.
The hell are you doing here?
Oh well, my guys. Oh, it's beautiful to see you. Hey, sorry, I slip back. I slip in and out.
You putting a voice on, Iris?
No.
You ain't never spoke like us before.
What can I say? When in Rome, you know.
Uh-huh.
When in Rome.
Oh, we ain't. We're Scabi.
Yeah, no, you're so right.
Yeah.
No, so, I came by to see my folks. This is my friend, Caryaries.
Hey, you here to see the boss?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd just stop by. Why can't a daughter just come and say hi to her family? That's completely normal and fine.
Bug pipes up. This is Doug speaking before. Bug pipes up saying, "Well, you ain't been here in the past 6 months." Oh! It gets a sharp elbow into the chest.
Well, Bug, I've been real busy, so I've been meaning to stop by.
I thought you moved to some pile of crap town over on the outskirts.
I did move to a pile of crap town, but that pile of crap town, stuff went on there. I can't really get into it at the moment, but because it's in the past. But now I'm in Scarby, and I thought I'd just drop by and be like, "Oh hey, I'm here."
Okay, all right. Well, I can't promise that the boss is gonna be too happy to see you.
Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, I'm Daddy's little girl.
Just have a mug of coffee in your back pocket.
Like a hip flask
Yeah.
in times of awkward emergencies.
She's got a Starbies from Scarbies.
Okay, well, we'll call in and ask if he wants to see you.
Well, I mean, he won't mind me heading on in.
He might mind a little
no.
bit.
Why would you say that? Give me one reason why. What are you talking about?
I mean, the whole, Bug was wrong to say that, Bug.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. But, it has been about half a year now. And who would wait 6 months to do something? Who would do that?
Things get in the way.
They
okay?
do.
They do get in the way.
Life finds a way, I think is the quote from that old novel.
It really is. But you always come back. And that is why I'm here today. Because blood is thicker than water, and I just want to go see my dad. And cool.
It's actually that the blood of the covenant is thicker than the
We
water of the womb.
We all know. We all know.
Shut up, Bug.
We all know it's translated from different eras. Whatever. Look, I don't think after 6 months, my dad's going to be, pretty pissed if you just keep me out here when I'm trying to come home and, actually reconcile with him and...
Just let me call him, and then we'll see what he says. He sort of backs up. opens the gate like very not thinly enough that he can get through, which is actually quite thick, but slides through and closes it behind you.
Can I like try and peer in as like he like opens it up?
It's just a gate,
Okay.
you know. It's just
Okay,
metal
fine.
bars, right? So you can see through, you know.
I peer in anyway. Damn it! As it closes.
Missed it.
Oh.
And behind him, there's like a sort of like wooden pillar with a small sort of like engraved box on top that he kind of lifts up and starts whispering into.
So, what kind of people are your
I pull you aside.
family?
Quickly so
Did-
Doug can't hear.
He did hear that.
Oh.
Bug did hear it. We work in waste management.
Who's saying that?
Bug.
To me?
Yeah. I love how you're asking me this in
You
You
character.
say that to Bug? It's like, who are you?
We,
Oh.
we deposit trash in the nearest receptacle.
There's a lot of trash and he's taking out in Scotty.
Not a trash.
A lot of trash.
All right, we'll talk to you in a minute, Bug. Thinks.
Okay.
Bug's a fuck. Bug's a freak.
Are you like pulling Caryaries aside?
Yeah.
So we can have some privacy?
You look
Yes.
over and Bug is like trying to get something out of his teeth.
Oh, classic Bug.
I mean, there is a lot of garbage in Scarby.
Yeah.
So your
It's
family's in the
nickname.
waste management
Garbage.
business.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like not. You know, like.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I'm not saying it's a cover for something else, but it's a cover for something else. You know.
As you're clarifying, we're going to cut over
Oh.
to Caryaries' apartment.
Carry
I'm
on.
so,
Just
I'm
do
so
it.
sure
There's
she
like
said it was
eight-
this
yeah,
key.
8 keys on a ring, and
Yeah, it's
Hunter's
just
like-
got, like so many like
Yeah.
Rattling the
jangly
door.
like
Yeah.
little keyring things on it.
yeah, little like little chibis of
Yeah.
popular heroes. And
I'm pretty
Adventurers
sure there's
Guild
some keys in
characters.
here, but I just get okay, just alright, yeah.
Eventually, the door clicks open.
Okay.
And you're led into a little corridor with a stairway. There seems to be multiple doors. Caryaries said she was number 4, which is upstairs.
Right, number 4. Easy job. Let's do it. Let's just pop on out to Caryaries' apartment. So yeah, I always wanted this.
Yes.
I just, I really thought that maybe I just feel like it's gonna be pretty cool in there, like
Yeah.
probably. I don't know.
Do you have a long list of ambitions? Or is this...
Well, this is I ticked one off today. Like just big tick on that.
Alright,
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen it yet. It might be really disappointing, and I'll have to add another one.
probably.
As you're like approaching the stairs, like a door sort of creaks open. And there's like an old grizzled lady who's just sort of squinting and staring at you, and then just slowly closes
Hello.
the door again.
Hunter tries to do
Hi.
his most charismatic, like, ma'am. To just like...
Just a
sure.
snarl back.
Good. Okay.
There's like a cat screeching in the background.
Yeah, I really thought this was gonna be a bit like nice and lights flickering.
Town guard, like, woo!
Yeah,
In the background.
Scream
there's
at
definitely a distinct smell.
Like,
Yeah, very
Okay.
waterlogged.
like yours, like the floor's kind of like spongy.
Hunter's in his element.
Soft, not wet.
Bit of the wallpaper like
Yeah.
slicks off the back of your head.
Oh, it's
It's
just
basically
a
an
wall.
aquatic environment, so I'm all good.
Alright, go up the stairs.
Yeah. So
Find
you
number
again, it's about another 5 minutes rummaging through keys. Finally find the one.
Oh, I was going to say, if you take too long, Hunter just like slides out like a card or something. 'Cause he's used to getting into where he needs
this
to
lock
be.
is not very
Exactly.
secure.
So he gives you like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, but then you took so long on the first one that he
Yeah,
just like
it's
walks
like
up and is like,
Huh.
You go in.
Got like a
and
skeleton
it's,
key.
it's dark.
it's a credit card.
Haven't got one of those.
It's a magical credit card. It's a
Gold.
magical money
It's
card.
a piece of
Yeah.
cardboard that the bank says I have this much money.
You're crossing it off right now.
It's whiteboard.
Oh.
They have those apparently. It's very dark as you open the door. Yeah, they do. Look, there you go. And then eventually you find like a pull light, and you click.
It's a bathroom.
What does your apartment look like, Caryaries?
So sad.
Alright, here we go.
Like,
You're being so vulnerable right now.
it's like one room.
Yeah. Is it a studio?
It's
yeah.
one. When I say one room, I mean literally.
Even the toilet.
There's like a toilet in the corner that's
Next to the bed.
I imagine it in like one of those
You're using
kitchen
it as a
cupboards.
bedside cabinet.
I'm imagining like a prison cell.
there's like a shower curtain that's sort of dangling like off of its like where
Off its
supposed to be
rings,
clipped
yeah.
up, and there's like a bucket next to the toilet. So you assume that's where she was.
The bucket next to the toilet, right?
I get confused.
I'm sure that's for something not toilet related.
Are your dreams being made?
There's a single mattress on the floor with like a blanket on it and a single pillow.
Cool.
Very chic.
And there's like a box that you presumably she keeps her stuff in.
One box.
Everything.
Yeah.
Clothes, accessories,
A
personal
cardboard
possessions.
box. And then there's like
flakes.
Yeah.
one of those, like portable hobs that you
Like a hot plate.
Oh yeah. Like you go camping.
like a
with.
camping set,
Yeah, a hot plate. Yeah.
That's everything in the apartment.
Oh no.
But there's a pile of stuff,
Yeah.
which is where you've claimed the money is.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've
There's
got
like a-
money, what are you doing?
The pile of stuff is in the
She was
box.
saving it, Liv.
Sorry, it's a foreign concept.
Oh yeah, there's a box, and then there's like in another corner there is a pile of stuff.
Right. Describe the pile of stuff to me.
It's like used like polystyrene cups. Like
Oh, okay. Yeah. No
magazines.
crockery in this one. Yeah.
you like bits of old makeup,
What
like
is happening?
clothes, and yeah, just a single hot water bowl.
You know, I really had this image of Caryaries in my mind of like a really. I see something fall off the wall.
The peeling wallpaper.
It's in here too.
That's so timely.
It is what it is.
You know, it was like a put together person, so I was like, I'm excited to see where the magic happens, as it were.
I think you're seeing it.
It's where the
Yeah.
magic
Yeah.
happens.
I'll give her this. I didn't expect this. I expected.
No.
Yeah, she's really taking you off guard.
Yeah.
There's a gurgling noise coming from the pile.
Hello.
Just like a little.
Is somebody in here?
Is it Gilbert?
Can I use some kind of like animal knowledge to work out if we're about to be sprung on by a rat or a frog or something?
roll.
Like, is it animalistic in nature or is it
No,
like?
it sounds like a
like water
a
pipes?
overflowing sewer or something. Yeah.
Okay. Can I smell then? Like, what's
Roll
the?
perception for me.
Sure. Okay.
Don't smell Caryaries' pile. So rude.
Yeah, take it to dinner first.
Perception. I got +4, and I rolled a 4, so I got 8.
Hey, great. Yeah.
Double.
You can smell. You know when there's a bit of a stink in a room, so you absolutely blast it with air freshener. That's
breeze,
the kind of
yeah.
That's the kind of vibe you're
Okay.
getting.
Yeah. I feel like my perception's probably thrown off guard by
Yeah.
everything else going
It's like
on.
you can smell the badness. It's just perfumed slightly, you know.
I think Worm has like got his snout in like a cold coffee cup, just like licking it up.
Worm.
I grab by the tail, like yank him out, like don't eat that. I don't know what it's in.
I'm gonna advise we don't go near the gurgling mystery pile.
What if that's where the money is?
I don't think money makes that noise. It's not liquid assets.
Well, let's first start. I'm gonna go and flip the mattress.
There's not a mattress, right?
The mattress on the floor.
I thought it was
There's a
like
mattress
Yeah?
on the floor.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought
Is there anything
A
under the
single
mattress?
mattress on the floor.
Is there anything under the mattress that we should be worried about?
There's a book under the mattress.
What kind of book is it?
I take the book.
We should have brought gloves.
No.
Book's in fine condition.
What
Let's
is
read
it?
the cover.
I like to read the cover.
Were you reading the cover or are you just leaving it open and seeing what's inside?
No, I'll look at the front first and then I'll open it.
Yeah, the front cover, so...
Wow, that's a very attractive man with a
Yeah, there's an
across
illustration.
his chest.
There's an illustration of a man. It's like a sort of half-orc man with rippling muscles coming out of a shirt, and there's like an elfin lady who's like got her hand on his abs.
With like very busted.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. She's
like,
heaving out of a
yeah,
shirt,
She's heaving.
Yeah.
and the title of the book
Yeah.
What is it?
is.
Awkward encounter.
Kidnapped by the
Awkward
orc chief.
encounter.
Oh!
It's not kidnapped by the orc chief. It's awkward encounter.
I've never heard of that book in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll just open it up to check the money's not inside.
She says, leafing through like 10 pages.
Can you
It's
please roll
money, yeah.
just a straight D20? Let's just see where you end up in the book.
I haven't got my dice out.
Oh my
Is this
goodness.
like
Jeez.
the Ragram equivalent of, or Scarby equivalent of like an Amazon Kindle erotic
Oh,
novel?
this is
yeah.
real self-published.
Yeah,
vibes.
there's like 5 copies of this in the
Yeah.
world.
Caryaries might be the publisher.
Might be the author. Who knows?
A lucky 13.
A 13, so you're a good way through.
Yeah.
And you sort of leaf open. Let's say that you're on page, 200 or something like
That's
that.
very generous for a book like this.
Yeah. Oh, sure. All right.
People can
130 then.
People
Yeah.
can write a lot of smut.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's 1,000. It's like a George R.R. Martin.
Not been edited. You open up and like the first paragraph that grabs your attention is just like he heaved onto her.
Wow.
His massive muscles
He-
pushing pressure down
then
onto her
she-
shoulders.
Oh.
He rasped.
he purred.
Hunter, any response? She's reading this out loud.
And
Do you need a moment?
I also have to know it has been annotated.
Yeah. Pages have been
Use
folded
the
at the
word.
corner. The highlighter marks. Yeah.
this is well leafed. This passage.
This is a well-loved book.
I would have made it longer.
Well, there's no money in there. I'll just-
You're telling me.
Can you please just roll a charisma saving throw?
Oh my god. That's my
I've got a -1 to that. So 17.
Okay, that's fine. You're feeling a little bit embarrassed. Hunter does have big sort of fatherly energy in the
Yeah.
office, and reading what you've just read with him 2 steps away from you
I
is
mean,
making you feel a little
Can
uncomfortable.
Hunter also do a charisma?
I was also going to say,
Yeah,
once,
go ahead.
if you put it down, he'll pick it up and just like... He's a voracious reader.
I'll just leave it on your desk in case you're interested.
Can you guys leave notes in there as well, like annotations?
I will.
He's
You're
familiar.
right, Caryaries. This
Yeah.
was a great scene.
Yeah. He's familiar with the series, but he hasn't read this particular
Oh, okay,
entry.
yeah. No, give me Christmas saving throw with advantage
What do
then.
you mean you're familiar with the series?
Exactly that.
It's well read. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's read awkward encounter.
He's lived a
2
long
and 3.
time.
16.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah, you've read the series before.
22.
Yeah, you're absolutely. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, this is one of the more tame ones.
Yeah, he's just like, no spoilers, please.
You
So
know
sorry.
that the series, each book is themed around like a different, like this one's like a half orc,
Mm.
that one that's like a.
There's a
like
new
dragon
flavour of the
ball,
week. Yeah.
yeah.
let's
The
call it,
centaur
yeah.
one's really interesting.
I'm not there, but can I also roll a charisma saving throw to see if I have
No.
Across the city,
for myself.
you suddenly get a rumble. It's like, someome's
spider
reading
senses
smut.
are
Something's going really wrong.
If anyone's spider senses should be tingling, it's Caryaries. That
be fine
gurgling
with it.
reappears. This time a little louder, just like a.
The mattress slammed back down onto the floor where I've lifted it up.
Hunter looks around for any like naked flames, just in case.
Let's just burn it to the ground.
No, just in case it's about to explode.
This place is condemned.
It's the only. It's a kindness.
We gotta put out
Thank-
his misery.
Thankfully, Scarby has a rudimentary electricity system, so there's no open flames. This is just
There's a nice
a-
flickering
yeah,
bare
nice
bulb.
flickering bare bulb. Yeah,
Real bright
So,
fluorescent
it
one.
swings a little bit.
Is it under this pile of like
The
pages?
gurgling's
and
coming from the
stuff?
pile. Yeah.
Okay. Can I look around for some kind of implement to basically, so
There's
I don't
a
have
back
to touch
scratcher
stuff?
leaning up against the
That'll do.
or like a sticked loofah.
But
you
I
know?
at least
Yeah.
use the
In the
hand.
bucket! In the
Definitely a rag
bucket!
on a
Yeah,
stick.
rag on a stick.
But but he's at least like conscientious enough to
You
use the
live like
handle.
this.
Use the handle, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna wet a
I
loofah
won't
with
make
a
you
load
roll
of
wisdom for that
dirty.
one, yeah.
Yeah, can I start like just poking at the pile and seeing if I can lift stuff up and have a look?
Yes. Could you roll me one more perception check?
Perception, okay.
We have dragged you through the mud.
That's a nat 20 plus 4.
Drags herself.
You poke, and at first you're just like, this is weirdly squishy. And then you notice that there is a liquid sort of seeping out the bottom of the pile.
What have you done?
And then all of a sudden, the pile starts to move. We'll cut back, sorry, to the...
Is this going to be like the discovery of oil?
God, I hope so. That's the money she's making.
Yeah, buddy,
right.
sorted, yeah.
I love the rest of this campaign where we've just become oil barons,
Barons, yeah.
basically. Caryaries' apartment.
Awful human being.
Speaking of awful human beings, let's cut over to your family house.
Yeah.
After some persuading from Doug and Bug, they say, all right,
Hey, yo.
the boss, he ain't too happy, but...
I have no idea what. That's
he's,
so weird.
He's
Why
gonna,
would he-
he's gonna let you in to say hi.
Cool. I mean, I expected as much.
Yeah, he's in the study. You know where you're going.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, cool. See you later, my guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bye, Iris.
Bye.
bye, fellas.
Yeah, bye, whoever you are.
It's Carrie. No,
They look really sheepish.
Can I do an insight check on them?
Yeah, sure.
I'm supposed to be good at that.
Insightful.
You're supposed to be good at a lot of things that just haven't come up. Do you know
Oh, it's a 9.
what? No, maybe they're fine. Yeah, they're fine, actually. Maybe you were misreading them.
They act kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah. You approach this lavish mansion, let's call it. It's big pillars around the door. It's very sort of... it has like a sort of like New Orleans like townhouse vibe to it, where it's like there are kind of like balconies and big pillars everywhere, and it's all white, painted white. It's got like ivy growing up the sides. It's quite fancy. There are hedgerows outside, like a nice garden and like a fountain and things like that. But it is just littered with thuggish looking people in like string vests,
Yeah.
just sort of like looking out of windows and scoping the place out.
Caryaries is very confused.
Yeah.
She's like, who are all these people, Iris? They
It's
all
just
relatives, or...
maybe. But
Tough to say.
yeah.
Everyone's an uncle to someone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Uncle Pete, Auntie Liz, like, yeah. So, I say, this is under my breath as we're walking. We're gonna go talk to my dad.
Yes.
He's an interesting man. But, just kind of, I brought you along so that, if you see me kind of like going in a specific direction, just kind of like, just kind of, if you could like back me up, would be great.
Sure.
Just kind of like lay on the charm, get your flute out. I don't know.
That feels like a last resort.
Hey!
Oh!
Talented bard!
Oh, we got a flautist over here.
Distract him.
She, Caryaries sort of preens and is like, well, being charming is kind of what I do, so...
I know.
I'll do my best.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just my pager. If you could just just see, I get a little bit uncomfortable in this environment and with my dad specifically. But just kind of, if you could just kind of nudge the conversation in the right direction.
You've been having this conversation as you've been walking through the house. 2 large people open the doors for you. There's a big lavish staircase that you're having to walk up. Again, just lots of people, like, someone's like cigarette hanging out their mouth, carrying a big box, like a big crate, and sort of stops, looks you over, and just sort of turns it away from you, and it goes off into a room.
Is there a couple of guys carrying a big rug?
Yeah. Take
With an arm out the side.
Yeah.
Got a bad stain on it.
Yeah, a bad stain.
It's just the rug cleaners.
Yeah.
Waste management.
Waste management.
Yeah, they're getting rid of some waste, you imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Caryaries is both simultaneously confused and in awe. Or
Well, you were like, wow, it's impressive that they're working such late hours.
Yeah.
So as you've been having this conversation, you've been getting closer and closer to these big oak doors. And from those oak doors, and you can see the Iris seems to be sweating the closer you get to them. From those oak doors, you can hear like a sort of scratchy music playing from, you assume, some kind of record player, which are quite expensive, quite difficult to come by. And it's playing what, as we outside of the game would describe as very Sicilian music.
Ah. Okay.
Sort of very, like...
Right.
They used to play this to get me to sleep when I was a baby.
That explains a lot.
Can I ask, Wheels?
Yeah.
Has the guy in my head been kind of like...
He's been suspiciously quiet.
Okay. Can I just kind of go, hey, what's up?
I'm busy. Leave me alone.
What do you mean you're busy?
Please hold.
I can't talk right now. So whatever you're doing, you're on your own.
Yeah, you can see her just going,
You okay there?
yeah, what? Yeah.
Yeah, you're just sweating a lot.
No, I'm not sweating. That's just
You
the
look
air.
very
It's humidity. So
It is humid in here.
real humid.
The
It's all
door
the waste.
creaks open on one side. Big double doors. And someone in a dark suit. It's like a tiefling man with his horns sort of like are almost as slick back as his hair is. And he just sort of like gingerly opens the door, looks down over you over some sunglasses that for some reason I'm wearing at night. And he's just like, "Good evening, Iris. You to see your father?
I am.
Okay. And you come?
And I come. And
Oh, hello. My name's Caryaries. Caryaries West. I'm Iris's beloved friend.
Stop. Appreciate your quiet, please." He's very cold, very stiff. Opens the door, and across from you there is a big, imposing desk with a very large leather chair that is currently turned away from you, and you can see that two legs are crossed over, leaning up against some of the furniture. There's no stroking motion.
Wait, what?
Of a cat, is
It
what I
looks-
meant. Like Blofeld.
Iris, your dad.
We've been here for 6 months. What feelings going on today?
So,
Why does he have the desk if he doesn't even use the desk? He's always sat away from
he's turned away. He's turned away. He must be looking out the window. There's a very large window that kind of overlooks Scarby behind the desk. And he just seems to be sort of tapping his foot to the music, sort of swaying it back and forth to the beat of the song. And the person that let you in just sort of gives you a curt nod and closes the door behind him as he leaves. And you are now in this big study, books lining each wall, lots of like carafes filled with interesting beverages, and a big fireplace that's raging next to some lovely leather armchairs. And there on the far end is the desk with him turned away. You can only assume this is Iris's dad.
I think before Iris does anything, before she even says anything, she's gonna go over and grab one of the carafes, one that she knows from like a secret, like kind of signifier that is not poisoned in any way. Some are, and she'll grab it and pour a couple of glasses for herself.
As you sort of pop the glass lid off, there's like an audible like, and the music starts to skip and then stops. And you notice that a hand has been lifted. You kind of look over, holding, you know, like the lid in one hand and the carafe in the other. You just see like a wagging finger.
What's wrong, Dad? I thought we could have a nice drink together. You gonna turn around or say hi?
No response just yet.
Cool.
Caryaries is standing there like.
It's me, your beloved daughter, Iris, and my friend Caryaries is also here to say hi. I just wanted to say I'm
The
back in town.
wagging finger goes to a sort of hurry up gesture.
Okay, what, you busy? You got something else, another meeting, or, nothing? Okay, cool. So, what spells has she got?
What?
She's got
Oh, we
Eldritch
know
Blast.
which one, yeah. No one.
Did you secretly brought me along for an attack or
No, not an attack, no.
Because you brought the wrong person.
No.
Get your flute out.
Oh, we got a flautist over here.
No, I was like, do I have mage hand? I would, yeah. She's
Grab his
so-
trousers. Turn around.
Stab in the chair.
Daddy.
Fine. She puts down the carafe and the glasses. And she's just gonna. So in Iris's head, just to clarify, she can't go into this meeting showing any kind of fear.
Okay.
So that's what she's trying to. She's trying to put on, even though she's feeling terrified, she is trying to put on an air of confidence.
Tell you what, not to reuse dice rolls here, but could you make me a charisma saving throw?
Yeah, no,
please?
for sure. That's cocked. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's 18.
Yeah, you sort of grip your fist and you're saying stern. You're like, I'm not going to let him intimidate me. He always tries to push me around,
Yeah.
and I'm going to stand my ground.
With that being the case, I'm gonna look at Caryaries and just kind of like mutter like, it's all good.
Can Caryaries roll insight to like figure out what the heck is going on?
On who are you being
Just the
insightful of?
situation.
Just the whole sitch. Okay. Yeah, sure. Give it a
She
roll.
has no idea why.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
so
giving you the
awkward.
instant,
Yeah.
Mm, 18.
You can sense some animosity in the air. There's a lot of what you can only assume to be baggage between these two. And it seems like Iris is very much feeling that you can see the sense of frustration on her face, but also just like so sick of this. Like every single time it's like this, you can feel that she's been in this situation multiple times. And it seems like she's trying to put on like a very resolute face of like, I'm not going to play your game. Just talk to me.
Caryaries understands this feeling
Hmm.
exceptionally well.
For no reason.
No reason.
Possibly say. I'm gonna.
Caryaries is gonna look at Iris and like she's gonna put her hand on her shoulder, give it a little pat, and like be like,
Is that bardic inspiration by any chance?
If you want.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
She can't play
A pep
music.
talk, if you will. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
The flute of the heart.
Yeah.
Sick. I will take it.
Playing the valves of the heart.
Ow! Stop doing that!
I'm gonna walk stride up and like go to the side that my dad is facing and just kind of like appear not directly in front of him, but just kind of like toward, just so I can see him and he can see me.
He can feel you approach, and as you get close to the desk, there's like a sort of grunting sigh, like sort of, and then his legs swing down, and he rotates his chair around, and you, for the first time, see Iris's father. Very handsome man.
Oh yeah.
Salt and pepper beard. Same sort of hairstyle as the man who let you in. Sort of like slick back black hair. Two horns just sort of encircling his head.
God, I'd let him murder me in an instant.
That's
Stuff me in a suitcase.
Roll over the rug.
I need to
We're reading another novel. It's fine.
I like to sleep with his bitches. He has a bit more of a greyish blue tone to his flesh than Iris is quite sort of like navy. And his beard is almost like a sort of goatee. He has very intense yellow eyes. And as he turns around, he is just sort of like finger on his chin like this and just sort of gauging you both.
So this is Caryaries, as I mentioned. I just
can
want.
see.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why you're kind of. I know your playbook. The intimidation tactics. I've seen them all before. So, if we could just kind of like have a little chat. I'm back in Scarby, so I thought we could just like talk, catch up.
I can only assume that you want something.
You think so little of me? I can't believe that. I've merely come here.
Iris.
Yup.
Shh. You have to understand, people, they don't come to me because they want to talk. They want to have a little chit-chat. They like to pretend that they do.
Cool.
But,
I'm your daughter, though, so that's like a little bit different. Yeah.
well, you know, my daughter hasn't arrived in the last half a year, so.
Yeah, I've been busy. I like fought like this big guy, like this big thing. There was a town. No, it's real. This did happen. No, she realizes that it's all been covered up. No, it was. Oh!
It's tall tales, Iris, and it's very interesting, but excuse me, who are you?
It's Caryaries, I said.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Do I know Iris's second name?
No.
Oh, Mr. Iris's father. I just wanted to say that I was there with Iris when this happened.
Yep.
I swear I'm not making this up. None of us are making this up.
Nope.
It definitely happened. And Iris has been through a lot,
Yep.
but she's achieved a lot.
See? Yep.
This is all very interesting, but it brings me back to the central question of our meeting. What is it that you want from me, Iris? You coming to see your old dad?
Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Coming to catch up? Or is there something you want?
I don't see why it can't be both.
Well, spare me the catch up and let's get to the specifics. What are you after?
Well, I mean, Iris wanted to bring me along to meet you. I'm part of her social circle.
What are you two dating or something?
No,
No, not.
no,
That's not.
Unless.
Is it the guy who like let us in? It's like,
no, nothing
not-
like
it's
that.
not
No,
happening,
we're just friends,
Mhm.
compatriots. And
You just came here. Yeah, I could see why you might think that because I just brought a random person to.
Who is this? Your friend? Your colleague?
Yeah,
Your-
yeah.
Yes.
We're friends and colleagues.
associates.
Mm-hmm.
What is your name, Miss?
Caryaries. I said it like 4 times now.
Yeah. Caryaries, is it?
She wants to walk up very professionally and hold out her hand and say, Caryaries West, and you are?
He reaches his hand forward.
Can I roll like persuasion? Like she's trying to be polite, but like
Can you roll me like
Dazzle him
performance?
with
Can you?
her
Yeah,
charisma.
give me a performance check because this is very much you sort of
yes,
putting on airs.
exactly.
You know? Yeah.
She doesn't immediately. She's not keen on this guy, although of course he is very handsome. So.
Let's do some journaling tonight.
She scribbles over the orc's face.
You can see
gives the orc a
how
goatee.
obsessed he was with me the second I walked in.
She's so mean. So not so good. Yeah, that's. Sorry, my brain is struggling. 13.
So you reach out a hand to shake it, and to your surprise, because you could feel your voice wobbling, you were like, oh god, this is such a weird situation, I don't know how to act.
Yeah, she's quite intimidated.
His hand comes forward, completely ignoring yours, and he reaches for a donut that is sort of just sat
Oh.
on a... I'm not going to read this on camera, I just wanted it as a fun prop.
Right.
He reaches for a donut and just starts, like, taking a big bite into it, staring you in the eyes, and then plopping it down on a plate.
Real nice.
Listen, Iris, this is not important to me. I have very important things going on. If this was a future family member, maybe, but I can tell that that's not going on. So, Just please.
You don't know what would happen. You don't know what happens. Maybe that could be a thing. You don't know.
Yeah, Caryaries is looking at Iris like, oh, wait.
Yeah,
I agree.
Regardless,
Are you here for relationship advice? What do you want?
okay, that would be weird to bring the person. No. Okay, this is weird. Okay.
I'm not a therapist, Iris.
Yeah, no. I know that. I'm in the process of working on something really important. You may not believe all of my...
He immediately sighs, opens a drawer, and brings out a checkbook and slaps it down onto the table.
Is that it? You want money? Huh?
Yeah, I want money.
It's what it always is. How much?
Grabs a sort of very fancy-looking pen out of like a little holder that
Oh,
he has.
yeah.
Yeah. Pops off the lid and
Monogram.
it's quill topped. Yeah.
1,000 gold.
1,000.
I mean, just to briefly interject, this is, when she says important, we mean, like, very important. This is, like, something that Iris, with myself and some other associates have sort of founded, and it's,
Is this some kind of new business?
yes,
what?
it's a new business, and as someone who has been involved in business in the past, very important business, I can vouch for Iris as being like, this is something that's going to change the world.
And you know what it'll do? It'll mess up the guild.
Oh, for sure. That's a certain.
Something that we can both agree on, that is that we're not big fans of the guild.
Yes, they're they're a
Hold on,
pain.
hold on. Let me get this straight. You're muscling in on my territory?
I mean, it's our territory. We're
Oh no, we have nothing to do with waste
Our
disposal.
territory, is it? We share this enterprise, do we, Iris? When was the last time you spoke to your mother? 2 years now?
Mom hasn't reached out to me either.
Yeah, well. All right. Well, I don't care what this business is, as long as it's not getting in the way of what we do, and I think you know what we do very well. 1,000, is it?
Please.
He tears the check from the paper book and sort of slings it over to you. And as you grab it, he doesn't let go. So you both just sort of one end of each of the check. He just says,
I look forward to being a new board member in whatever it is you're setting up. I expect a report in the next couple of weeks.
Well,
let's go.
would be good to have some advice from someone who's really experienced.
Virus regret citizens. We'll be in touch.
I'm sure there's plenty of advice I can provide in my unique position
Oh, good.
that I hold.
I look forward to it. Here's my, my number that you can call if you need to provide any advice.
Did you just write this?
Yes.
Oh, she has like printed cards, surely, like little swirly ones.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
font's like so over the top.
Embossed.
It says
Ooh, nice
Caryaries
card.
slash,
Caryaries' card.
professional underneath.
Professional.
Sorry.
Well,
Is there a word missing from this? It just says you're a professional.
you know, I do a bit of this, do a bit of that. I don't believe in putting myself in one box, you know?
Listen, I don't need this.
And he passes it back to you.
He says, a little bit of advice. Call yourself an entrepreneur. Nobody knows what that means.
Oh, well.
Iris, good luck with your business. I'll be in touch soon. Understand?
Understood?
As you're, I assume, going to leave, you see his eyes dart up into the corner of his head. And there's a strange. Can you actually roll me perception, please, Caryaries?
Do we know about Iris's thing yet?
No,
Okay.
not properly. No.
I'm trying to remember.
You're aware that she has strange magical powers. You're
Yeah,
not
she's
sure where they
just
come
weird,
from.
but
Yeah,
we're all-
yeah. You know she a freak.
Don't be a freak though.
There was that time we escaped from the mimic.
Ooh, what am I rolling
Yeah.
Perception. I think.
Perception. Yeah,
for?
I can see a pretty good base roll.
19.
19. Yeah, he's doing the exact same thing that Iris does. You've seen her do it a few times. You did it just before you came in, where it's like she's having a conversation with herself, and she keeps looking into her own head. He's like an owl.
Just goes cross-eyed.
No, it's like, you know, like her eyes are sort of like darting around as if she's kind of like trying to look inside of herself almost. And he seems to be doing so in a calmer way, much more slow and regarding. But he is sort of like, you know, like agreeing and nodding and chuckling at things.
Can I say back as we're leaving, just like, hope you're both having a nice chat about how funny this all is.
Caryaries is like looking between them, like put like the dots are like.
I've
Oh,
connected
yeah.
them.
I did it.
She's a detective. Professional detective woman.
Story broken. I want to, if I may, just to leave on a note he might resonate with, I want to give some kind of indication that I, too, have a little friend that I chat with.
I have voices in my head too. You're not special.
You're stupid, okay?
Let's say that you give him a knowing glance.
Yeah, and if I can, I'll, like, close the door with my arm that's kind of, like, glowing a little bit, with the tattoo glowing slightly.
Being very clear about it.
And then...
So you see, like, as you're closing the door slowly and showing off, you can hear kind of like a chuckle in the background. And he's like,
It's been nice to see you, Iris. I'll see you soon.
Caryaries is gonna be like, oh, like run to the door.
Yeah, you were still inside. He's like,
Are you leaving?
Like flip-flop to the door.
bye.
Does like a push when it's a pull. Like.
I thought you were behind me.
Huh. That was strange. We cut back to Caryaries' apartment.
Going near the
Uh,
crouching down.
yeah, you are leaning over it, and you've just noticed something moving underneath the pile. And as you
Whoa, girl.
using the back scratcher or rag on a stick or whatever it might be, you just sort of like flick up maybe a pair of pants or a magazine.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. And
They're
an
both really...
and an eye flashes back at you. A milky white eye stares in your direction, and we will leave the episode there.
What's in my room?
I don't know. What is in your room?
This is what happens if you just leave things messy for a while.
I guess
New
we'll find
evolution.
out in the next episode of Storybreakers. That's right, we're back. We're not sure how frequently these will be posted. I mean, this is episode 3 or whatever by now, so this will already been worked out, but that's fine. But we'll hope to see you either next week or the week after. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Meeple Design Coffee for their sponsorship. We've been enjoying your beverages throughout this
It
episode.
smells amazing in here.
Yeah, it smells great. And of course, coffee is something very close to Caryaries' heart, so I'm sure she's very glad to see her vessel enjoying it so much. We will be back with the next episode with the thrilling second part of whatever the hell's going on in Caryaries' apartment, as well as dealing with whatever situation we just had at Iris' family home.
Totally
I'm
normal.
sure everything's fine.
Average.
But until then, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe here on Dicebreaker's YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe on TikTok as well. We're over on TikTok at Join Dicebreaker, and of course on Dicebreaker.com, where we are always giving you so many fantastic articles. Even me and Maddie have been helping recently. There's some wonderful written stuff on that website. You can also go to dicebreaker.com/subscribe to become a member. Give yourself ad-free viewing, exclusive content, maybe even discount tickets to shows like PAX Unplugged, which we'll be going to soon. Very exciting. So jump onto all of those. Thank you very much for watching. And Discord. We're also on Discord.
Chat with us.
Come over on Discord. We've got one of those now. There's links in YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. Thanks. Bye. Have a lovely day.